So Western Cape police are searching for suspects after a 6-year-old boy was kidnapped outside his home in Kensington, Cape Town this morning. It's reported 6 armed men snatched him as he was about to get into his father's car to go to school. We don't know why at this stage, but our reporter Aisha Ismail has been on the story and joins us now. So Aisha, this story is horrific. It's absolutely terrifying. Talk to us about what actually happened this morning.
Well, Sally, it happened just before 8 o'clock this morning, and I spoke to some of the family members, and you can understand their parents were quite distraught about what happened. And some of the family members were saying to me that the father was about to take the children to school, and because it was raining, he had pulled the car out just a little bit from inside of the premises, and the little boy who was eventually snatched ran inside to the house to go and say that last goodbye to his mum before heading off to school. And it was at that stage that the father also then came out from where he was and saw a couple of men standing on the front stoop, and he said he had asked them what they were doing there, and they had said that because it was raining, they had said that they were looking for shelter, but he apparently had a bad feeling about what they were doing there. And of course at that stage it was when they then snatched the boy. But I did manage to speak to a very close family member and also the chairperson of the school governing body of where 6-year-old Mohammed Shahnawaz Asghar attended, and this is what Mr. Dawood Esak had to say about what the father told him as to what happened this morning.
This morning at about 7:45, he was pulling out his vehicle and it was raining at the time, and he pulled it out halfway just so that the kids wouldn't get wet. And the 2 older children were already in the vehicle, and the younger one had gone back into the house to greet the mom again. And as he sort of came out of the section where he was, he just saw some guys, about 5 of them, on the stoop, and he asked them, "What are you doing here?" And they said, "No, it's raining, we just want some shelter." And he immediately realized that something was wrong, and then within the split second they snatched the child from between himself and the mom, and he wanted to react, and one guy ran off with the child and the other one pulled a gun to his head. And he said at that point he just went into a state of absolute shock, which one can understand. And as they sped off, he ran out and shouted and screamed, and some neighbors came out and a vehicle followed, and he also followed.
And I mean, this is shocking in itself, but he then went on to explain that the father has told police that he tried to chase after the hijackers or the kidnappers. He then came across some police officers in a car and said, "Please help me, we're trying to chase these people who have my child." And they said to him, "Let's go back to where the child was kidnapped." I mean, this is astonishing to hear. And this is what the guest you interviewed said the father told police. Has there been a response to police? Because this is a massive failure.
Well, Sally, I did reach out to the police for comment, and they, while confirming that the incident did take place this morning, they're saying because of the sensitive nature of this incident and because of the sensitive nature of the investigation, they are not going to comment any further on this incident. And they also, of course, now calling on people to be vigilant and to inform the police if they do come across any more information. Now, what we also do know is that the mother came out and managed to get the number plate of the one car. We know now it was 2 sedans, white and silver, and sadly the license plate recognition system that was used to trace this car found that the number plates were cloned. So taking down a registration number sadly doesn't help anymore, because I guess that's the modus operandi, where they either steal a car and use it as a getaway car, or the number plates are falsified. But sadly, just 5 minutes ago before I came to air, I did speak to another family member member, and he was saying to me that they still have not received any information regarding the 6-year-old boy, and they're just hoping and praying that he will be returned. They also, after I asked whether the kidnappers had contacted the family to ask for a ransom, they said there hasn't been any contact and there hasn't been a ransom demand yet. But certainly every parent's nightmare. And here we had a father who was about to take his 3 minor children to school, and in a flash this child was snatched, not from the road, not from the school, but actually from inside their house.
It does seem like a well-planned kidnapping attack. As you say, the family's told you no ransom note at this stage if money is indeed the motive. You have also said that this is not a well-off family. It is the father is a businessman. Do you have any idea, does the family have any idea what possible motive there could be here?
Well, the family friend that I spoke to, Mr. Essex, says that although the parents are regarded as business people, especially the father, he says they are certainly not wealthy. So he's not sure what exactly the motive could possibly be for snatching the 6-year-old child. And as you say, it did seem like it was very well planned. The fact that they were so brazen to come onto the premises and to stand on the stoop and then go inside the house and to go and snatch the boy. And the boy was with his mother at the time when that happened.
Yeah, and you tend to think when your kids are with you, at least you know they are safe. And this incident today has proved that is not the case, and certainly what we saw yesterday with the shooting that occurred in Midrand. A mum was picking her kids up from school. A shooting there, the mother's critical in hospital, and the 9-year-old boy has died. This is a very worrying indeed. Aisha Ismail, thank you very much. I know that you'll give us more information as soon as it comes through to you. Thank you so much for covering that story. So those are 2 stories we definitely are keeping an eye on. We are actually at the moment trying to get an update for you on that Midrand shooting, just the very latest on the condition of the mum and any more information about what might have led to that attack.